A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a powerful public service announcement, a group of victims of Jeffrey Epstein is urging Congress to pass a measure that would compel the Department of Justice, DOJ, to release investigative files related to the notorious sex offender. The ad, produced by the advocacy group World Without Exploitation, highlights the ongoing struggle for transparency and justice, stating, "5 administrations, and we're still in the dark." The victims, holding up photos of themselves as girls and young women, poignantly remind viewers of the abuse they suffered at the hands of Epstein. The ad comes just ahead of a critical House of Representatives vote on the measure, which aims to shed light on Epstein's heinous activities and the systemic failures that allowed them to continue for so long. According to NBC News, House GOP leaders are preparing to bring the Epstein resolution to the floor for a vote on Tuesday. In a surprising turn of events, President Donald Trump has publicly encouraged House Republicans to support the measure, reversing his previous stance where he pressured them not to back a petition that would force the vote. This shift indicates a recognition of the changing dynamics within the Republican-controlled House and potentially the Senate, where bipartisan support for the measure is anticipated. The victims' stories are heart-wrenching. Danielle Bensky, one of the women featured in the ad, shared her experience of meeting Epstein at the age of 17 while trying to pursue her dream of becoming a ballerina. What began as a chance to pay for dance lessons turned into months of abuse, Bensky recounted. She emphasized the manipulation she endured, stating, "Epstein used my mother's illness to control me. He promised help and threatened to take it away if I spoke." Another victim, Annie Farmer, reflected on her experience of being misled by adults who claimed they wanted to help her succeed. "That trust was taken advantage of in a way that shaped the rest of my life," she said, calling for the release of documents to correct the imbalance of power that has shielded Epstein and his associates for decades. Trump's endorsement of the bill comes after a House committee released emails from Epstein that have raised further questions about his connections to various powerful figures, including Trump himself. In these emails, Epstein suggested that he had knowledge of Trump's activities, stating, "I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump," hinting at a potential involvement or awareness of the situation surrounding Epstein's crimes. Despite the gravity of the allegations, Trump has consistently denied any knowledge of Epstein's actions during their friendship. As the House prepares for the vote, Republican lawmakers have expressed cautious support for the bipartisan bill, although concerns remain about the implications of releasing sensitive information. Speaker Mike Johnson has voiced apprehensions regarding the discharge language in the bill, advocating for protections for victims whose names may inadvertently be disclosed. Lawmakers like Representative Byron Donalds have echoed these sentiments, emphasizing the need to balance transparency with the privacy and safety of victims. "What about those women? What if those women have kids now?" Donalds asked, highlighting the potential repercussions for those seeking to move on from their traumatic pasts. Despite these concerns, many Republicans are optimistic about the bill's passage, viewing it as a necessary step toward justice for the victims. The bipartisan effort, led by Representative Ro Khanna and Representative Thomas Massie, aims to ensure that the DOJ is held accountable for its previous inaction and that the victims' voices are finally heard. The upcoming vote represents a critical moment in the ongoing fight for justice for Epstein's victims and the broader issue of accountability for powerful individuals who exploit their positions. As the House prepares to cast its votes, the victims' call for transparency and justice resounds louder than ever, reminding lawmakers of the importance of addressing the past in order to protect the future. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.